Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. Folks, I had Safety Systems at the house this week. I needed something worked on in my little media room, if you will, and immediately came out there, did everything they needed to do. Forgot they brought the wrong piece. They needed another piece, so they got on the phone. Somebody else drives out to the house. They're fantastic. J.J. Surlis, former Vol, VFL, J.J. Surlis, is the guy to call. Safety Systems for all your security needs or for your audio-video needs. And certainly any of you contractors, builders out there, they are great at installing terrific man cave type stuff. When you're actually building that home, they build it right in there. Fantastic. Safety Systems. All right. Guys, I got Josh Ward, your compatriot over at Sports Radio WNML, to send me, and let's put it this way, recruiting season is now hot, obviously, less than a month away, a few weeks away from signing day. As that approaches, we're going to do more recruiting coverage here on the show. Josh Ward will be with us the Sunday before signing day and the Sunday after signing day. As a matter of fact, he hosts Football Futures on Sports Radio WNML. We'll show you that here on a graphic. He sent me the 5 guys he thinks Tennessee fans should be focused in on right now in terms of Tennessee's targets as we roll toward signing day. I don't know if we can get there. There we go. And they are Nigel Warrior. Everybody knows. The recruiting folks know these names. Some of you non-recruiting folks might not. Nigel Warrior, defensive back from Georgia. That is former Vol Dale Carter's son. UT is in pretty good shape with Alabama being the top competition there. Georgia and LSU still in the mix too. Derek Brown, defensive tackle out of Georgia. He's an important target as UT lost a commitment from another player at that spot last month. He says his top 5 are Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, and Mississippi State. So you're in the top 5. Benjamin Victor, love the spelling of Benjamin there, wide receiver from Florida. He's been in town this weekend. The wide receiver spot is obviously more important now that Marquez North is hitting the bricks. And it's not brick by brick, he's hitting the bricks. Next, you got Jordan Woods, defensive end from Florida. New assistant Larry Scott is already on the case there, and it's hoped that he can help have an impact on Woods. And then finally, the big name, Jonathan Kongbo, defensive end. Top prospect from the JUCO ranks. He decommitted from Tennessee, as you know, but he still listed them in his top 8 via a tweet just this weekend. He is scheduled to visit Alabama next week. So those are 5 guys for you to watch. You see the 4 stars for the top 4 and 5 stars for Mr. Kongbo. And, of course, catch Josh Ward's Football Futures Saturdays, 10 a.m. on Sports Radio WNML, AM and FM. All right, gentlemen. I want to get your take on Tennessee's current class compared to the rest of the SEC. So I've got a lot of complicated numbers up on the whiteboard, but there's really only 3 that you kind of need to focus on. Let's go to the shot there. There you got them all there. We may need to cut back to us and then zoom back in because I really just hamstrung our director. Pause, wait. You can go to it when you're ready. Whenever you get in there. There you go. Look at that. Oliver killing it. All right. You see the school and the total commitments listed to the left in the SEC. And then you've got how many 5 stars, how many 4 stars, 3s, 2s, 1s, and 0s in between. You don't need to follow that. We totaled them up. The total stars are listed over there on that right side column called total. And then beside that, your average per player star ranking, all right? Your average stars per player. All right, now I've ranked them there on the average per star. Tennessee is 7th in the SEC behind Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, LSU, Mississippi, Texas A&M. You look at that, and they're about 8th or 9th in the SEC in terms of total points. So you know it's not going to be a big class. You've got 17 commitments. These are from Rivals rankings, by the way. Rivals ranks your top 20 players. Well, Tennessee doesn't have 20 yet. So total points is lower, but the points per player. Any concerns here? Any concerns at all? Tennessee's had 2 really good recruiting classes in a row, so I don't think it's going to break the program if they don't sign another top 5 class this year, especially with smaller numbers. But are you a little leery of what you're seeing?
A little bit. And one of the things, Tennessee, and I'll say this, in the last few years under Butch Jones, they've been able to finish strong. They've also signed, 30 and 32 players the last couple of years. They're being more selective this year. They're only going to take about 22 or 23. If they get the right 5, if they get the ones that Josh Ward said, then they're in great shape. Yeah. How well will they close? I don't know, but they've got to close strong for this to be a solid class. And I do think Tennessee can move into around 15 in the country if they close with the right people.
10 seconds, Bob. Concerned or not?
I'm not as concerned because I've seen Tennessee under Butch Jones take a lot of 3-star guys who Reeves Maven, perfect example, 3-star guy.
Cam Sutton.
Cam Sutton, 3-star guy. Chance Hall, who played a lot of football for you this year. So I'm not that concerned because these guys do look like they coach them up.
Chuck, 10 seconds.
Mildly concerned, and the loss of Kongbo, I think a lot of people said to me is huge. He said Tennessee's too far away, but yet Alabama may not be. I think he may need a geography
Well,
lesson.
he's still considering Tennessee, of course, as he said.
Yeah.
Still in the top 8. So.
Yeah, top 8. I mean,
Well, he's not listing 1 through 8. I mean, they're somewhere in the top 8. The feeling I'm getting is nobody knows where this kid's going to wind up. But anytime you're recruiting against Alabama, my first guess is probably Alabama. So anyway, when we come back, Mark Pancratz joins us. What would a scouting report look like for this Vols basketball team? We asked our former coach to break it down for you. He's going to do that next. Coming back on the Sports Source.